the feed works and everything. Everybody can hear us before we start. So, yes, Beth, we want to hear your thing.
Your tail.
Your thing.
Oh, Michael. I'm sorry. It wasn't Beth.
Michael.
Yeah, it's Michael. It's Beth's husband.
Oh, okay.
It's the same last name.
Oh.
He didn't even know.
Well, check this out.
What?
Look what you don't got that.
I don't got that.
And he has this too. Oh, there they are.
Yeah, I definitely didn't meet them. So there's that.
Excellent.
I think they're like, well, we're gonna talk on a podcast.
Yeah,
I don't want to blow my load.
Don't blow our minds and your load. Don't blow your load on our minds.
I'll blow my load on your mind.
Oh boy.
That's it. The Loudini Rock and Roll Circus, blowing a load on your mind for the past 10 years.
Anyway, Jennifer Gray's going to be at the Steel City Con.
Jennifer Gay. What about Erin Gray? That's who I want to be at Steel City Con.
She's probably like 80 years old.
She is, but you know what, dude? I don't know if I would. I probably wouldn't kick her out of bed.
No, I wouldn't either.
Would you kick anyone?
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
Have you?
Yeah. I've told you guys the story.
I know. I just like hearing you say it.
Like, you know, it's like sticking your dick in a bucket of snot.
Okay, that's enough of that.
So I can overlay the chat. But I'm not going to do that. I don't like
Let's
that.
not get fancy because then something might happen.
Yeah, then it breaks.
Let's not.
Okay, so like those of you, we're up live. So somebody chime in. Let me know that you can hear everything.
You
Bugs.
right?
I have bugs.
You okay?
Not as many bugs as I used to have,
Oh, that's good.
but I have a few.
Explains a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Explain me.
Hey, Lucy.
This video is live now, yes.
We live.
It's live.
It is live.
Like Speedy Gonzalez.
Live
I am
live.
uncancelled. Speedy Gonzalez. Speedy
Gonzalez.
Gonzalez. He was uncancelled.
He was
Uncancelled.
Gonzalez.
That's great.
Ungonzalez.
Gonzalez.
Ungonzalez.
See.
See.
Hola, perro.
So I've been thinking about how we're going to do interviews
Uh-huh.
because I'm getting some requests for interviews.
Okay.
And so
Do they have specific people that they want to hear interviewed, or?
no. Bands are like reaching out to
Oh,
me.
I thought you were talking about our idea. Okay.
And so I'm going to do it. I'm going to offer two things.
Yes.
We can do a short pre-recorded interview. No longer, you get 10 minutes.
Right.
And that's it.
That's it.
And we'll do that
Cut you
and
right
pre-record it, and we'll play it during the podcast. And I will not promise that I can't promise that the three of us will not goof on it while it's playing. Absolutely,
That's
but
part of
we
it.
may not goof on it.
Part of our charm.
That's part of what we do.
But probably we are.
Okay, so be prepared for that. The other thing is, if you don't want us to goof on it, then you have to have our schedule and come on live and have a round table, just hang out during the podcast and joke around with us and have fun.
That's good.
So those would be your two choices.
And we'll still do it.
We'll still goof on you.
Yeah. So like, if you want to,
But we goof on you because we like you.
yeah. So like, I can't promise that somebody won't throw a smart ass
That's my
comment
story.
during your interview
Yeah.
if you don't like that type of thing.
Yep.
But I think it would be something that would distinguish us a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think it would kind of like set us like these guys are doing something. That's the big thing I really want to do is like with this podcast. I want to be like doing something a little bit different. So, I mean, other than just people coming to watch me get high and drunk.
What? They come to hear your lyrics.
Bill, you can hear us. So obviously Bill can hear us because he made a lewd comment. He didn't make a lewd comment.
no.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
It's just a joke, isn't it?
Do we do that here?
No.
What's wrong with being sexy?
Sexist.
Oh, if it's bad.
What's wrong with being racy? Racist.
What's wrong with being racist?
Racy.
He said it's racist. What's wrong with being racy? It's like that's a whole other level, my brother.
Wow.
That's a whole other level.
Wow. That's why you come to the party early to hear all this stuff.
I keep coming up with things I want to put in songs, and I think it's a whole other level would be a good name of a song, or whole other level,
Whole other level.
something like that.
Yes.
Anyways, I would spell whole the correct way.
Thank you. Please. Yes.
I don't
You
believe you.
fed hole.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Lily getting exasperated.
What's
With this
exasperate
child.
mean?
What's wrong with
Google it.
What's wrong with
Being exasperated.
aspirated?
Aspirated.
Okay, are we ready
Ridiculous.
to? We're not going to aspirate.
That's
Hopefully,
that's actually just one word.
I know.
I didn't know it was aspirated.
Did you ever see the South Park?
No.
Where Cartman discovers hears about Asperger's,
Asperger's, yes.
and he's like, "Oh my God, wait a minute! There's literally a disease called Asperger's."
Yes. Yes.
Help.
Yes.
I remember the first time I heard that, I was like, trying to like,
What? Yes. Lou's very open-minded.
Asperger's. But I know we have some fans who are on the spectrum, and we're just we're not laughing
We
at.
have some podcast members who are on the spectrum. Let's be honest.
So what I want to say is we're not laughing at making fun of the people. We're making fun of the name. It's a funny name. You have to admit. It's like the name ass and burger. Like it's like
Were
the
they,
first visual
were
I
they
got was
sitting
like,
around the board table just laughing. And like, let's call it this.
yeah, it's like Uranus.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
You know,
Yeah. Well,
So-
the early
There we go.
astronomers had a sense of humor.
there was a really dumb joke on Futurama one time.
Yeah.
These cartoons.
Where who was the old doctor, the old
Farnsworth.
Farnsworth.
Yes.
You know, and somebody said,
Good news,
yes,
everybody.
yeah, he said something about, so somebody said something about, maybe it's as far as Uranus, and he goes, oh, no. In the 29th century, the council of such and such got together to change that name because there were so many jokes been made about it. And what's his name? Fry says,
Fry,
so
yeah.
what they did, he goes, you wrecked them.
Send help.
Okay, I'm imagining. So we're gonna get this
Let's
business.
do it. Come
We're
on
gonna get
now.
down at business and all that this time. I think we have something going on. I got one going on. We got 7 people, one of which is Lily. Oh crap.
Tis I.
Okay, you guys ready to do something?
See?
See. Oops, let me silence this because
Okay,
that will
yeah,
the
'cause
whole
that
thing
will-
will happen.
And you'll be mad about it. Then you'll throw the phone across the room.
Mother.
I said over easy. I need to stop watching movies.
No, never.
I finished Johnny Dangerously, by the way.
Did
Ah,
you?
that's a good movie.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yes.
Stretch it out like caramello. I do need this is always a bit of a this is silly. You see what I'm dealing with
Silly
here.
conundrum.
So if I put this here and I click that, then it makes that go off the
You
screen.
like
you know what I mean?
25 more screens.
Yeah,
and you'll
I
be
know.
fine.
You like 20. So like,
Little ones up here.
okay, and this has to go over like that. So it doesn't matter. It does stop. In the name of love. Okay, here we go. Check. We all have levels. People say they can hear us, so let's just do this damn thing.
Okay.
In 5, 4, 3. On this week's Loudini Rock and Roll Circus, we are going to step into Mr. Peabody's Wayback Machine and talk about a band that I can't believe we've never talked about before on the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. We've never talked about Nightranger. Stick around. Get ready to rock out with your talk out. It's the Loudini Rock and Roll Circus. can't for the life of me remember recording that sound or what it is or anything. I played all the parts on that. I did not play the bass and the drums, but all the other sounds I made. Katie Simone when the vocals come in does background vocals with me, but like I'm playing all the other shit, and all that is something I did, but I do not remember what I did, and every time we play it, it drives me freaking crazy.
What is that? It's a little bit of magic.
It's a kind of magic. Speaking of magic, we're going to make show business magic tonight. The Loudini Rock and Roll Circus is live and in your face one more time, whether you like it or not.
But we know you do.
Because you keep coming back.
You keep coming back, so you must be some kind of masochist or sadomasochist or masochistic sado, something or other. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
No me?
You know what I'm saying?
Got you, boo.
Anyways, guys, welcome back. This is Loudini Rock Roll Circus. Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.com and LouLombardiMusic.com will get you all the really good stuff. Access to a lot of cool music. The music you guys hear in the background as we're talking. Get you access to our private Facebook group where we hang out with you guys and post interesting stuff, and you guys are posting a lot of like music and everything, so it's a super fun place. So you can find out about that at LouLombardiMusic.com or LoudiniRockandRollCircus.com. Shout out, of course, to Wolf's Customs, Wolf'sCustoms.online. Find them on social media because they do amazing refinishes on your musical instruments. He does this thing called Hollow Flash, which is kind of his like signature thing that's really, really cool. But they do all kinds of really good stuff. They're real artisans. Chris Thunder, Wolf Dodson and company. Check them out, Wolf's Customs. And of course, Rock Rage Radio. Why would I want to mention that? Because it is a free app that is so cool because you just download this free app and you can have great music content in your ear 24/7, totally for freaking free. So, I mean, and there's a bonus for a short time only. You get Lily V6.
For what?
Wow.
Because Lily V6 has her own show.
I do have my own show. It's on Thursdays. It's called Hot Licks with Lily 6. 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And I have been doing a lot of interviews lately, and I have one again this week with Made to Rise from, I don't remember now.
Made to Rise.
Somewhere. They're from somewhere.
What do they do?
They're a hard rock and metal band.
Hard rock and metal.
Yes.
I've been trying to listen to the kids' music these days, trying to get hip to what all the cool cats are listening to. So I've been listening to Octane, Liquid Metal, and Alt Nation. I've been bouncing around between the three. Sometimes I backslide. Like this weekend, I don't know how it happened. I apologize, but I ended up on 70s on 7 for a couple of hours.
He knows how it
I
happens.
will pray for you.
It was just one of those things. The devil made me do it. I'm still fascinated between the line between hard rock and metal. And it's because this is the only thing I'm going by because this is my experience, which is Sirius XM. I don't know if that's the end all be all. If you guys have a better, chart or whatever you want to call it out there to compare these things, let me know. I'd love to check it out. So, but that's how I do. I listen to Sirius XM. So there are these bands that cross over, like that are on Octane, which is the new hard rock station, and Liquid Metal, which is the metal station, and the like Spirit Box. They have songs on both. It's really just interesting as hell. Also, being a musician, I follow a lot of guitar stuff on YouTube, and metal has like its own subculture within guitar, and there's these guys that are talking about metal tone, and this amp and these pedals and this and that. And quite frankly, they all sound the same to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It all has that. In other words, let me say, it's not that they all sound the same. It's like, it all sounds like metal. Right. Yeah, but there's a lot of guys saying like, no, that's that's more of a hard rock sound. You wouldn't use a Marshall, whatever, blah, 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 in a metal band. It's like, blah, blah. So it's just absolutely fascinates me, these demarcations that we do. I'm not so sure if it's a good thing that we do that, or maybe it should be a little less homogenized. That maybe we could, expose people to,
Lou, can't we all just get along?
Well, it's not even about not getting along, but I think, do you remember, we grew up listening to, FM radio.
See.
Okay. You did too, Lily, right?
I did do that.
Okay.
I did do
And
that.
I mean, even the big classic rock station, at the time they weren't a classic rock station. They were
just a rock
they were
station.
rock station, the big rock station. You heard a lot. There was a real variation. There was a lot of variety within that station. So you heard Led Zeppelin, and then you heard, like, of course, I just had a Steely Dan.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
or and Supertramp, and then you'd hear Black Sabbath and Van
Tom
Halen.
Petty, and then right?
So it was like, and I thought that was really good because I think people that were maybe leaning more towards Tom Petty probably started to discover some other sounds in these other bands. Like maybe they started to dig some Van Halen,
Right.
or some Genesis or something like that. So it's I think that it might be better if we were just a little more diversified and not so like your own thing. It's metal or die, man.
Well, I find a lot of these unsigned bands that I interview don't want to be categorized as one genre. That's why they say they're hard
Right.
rock and metal, because they just don't want the label, because sometimes they play the metal and sometimes they play the hard rock.
So it could be the barriers could be softening,
Right.
And I understand the predicament that somebody's trying to program a radio station is in too. What do we do? Should we do? So what I think Sirius should do is this. Here's what I think they should do. You could, with computers, you could totally do this.
Sure.
You could create a station that weaves in and out of alt nation, octane, liquid metal, and turbo. Turbo plays the new metal from like the early 2000s. Okay, so like it would be really cool to kind of like have an experience where you would hear all this different rock, and you could kind of like. You know what I mean? So maybe you're more into metal, but you hear some alt stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you go
Yeah.
like, damn, it's really catchy. I'm really digging that. So I don't know. It's just a thought. It was just a thought that I had like as I was scrolling through these stations over the past few months. But anyways, Lily V6 is here.
I am here. Yay.
And we're very happy to have Lily V6 as always. It just wouldn't be a podcast without Lily.
No, it wouldn't.
And we also have in the house Mr. Pittsburgh himself, Pittsburgh Gavin. What's going
up,
on?
everybody? Hello.
I keep looking at your shirt,
and
thinking that it's going to say come some. It doesn't really say what it says. That it has some kind of actually smart ass comment,
no.
but it just
And
says Star Wars:
how
The
long
Force
have we been
Awakens.
here now so far? Like almost 15 minutes, and Lily has yet to say the N word.
Because I like Star Wars.
Oh, all right then. All right.
But I was going to do it.
Nerd.
Nerd.
Oh, the other N word.
Yeah. The one that we take offense to,
Wow.
Lou. Yeah. No. Oh.
Ow.
Yeah, that was crazy. So, let's go ahead and start talking about Nightranger. Here's how we gonna do it. Here's how we gonna do it. Lily's gonna lay down.
What?
She's gonna lay it down. The
Lay it
information.
down. Yeah.
Okay, so she's gonna lay down like what's going on, and then Pittsburgh Kevin and I will try to, without interrupting too much, like interject and create conversation around the facts of the formation,
Facts of life.
the height of, and then the breaking up and getting back together of Nightranger.
Oh, Tootie.
Yay.
Okay, so let's go ahead, Lily, and why don't you just kind of get us started? Let's start at the beginning. It's a very good place to start.
And then when we get to
Usually.
the end, stop.
Exactly.
Anyway, American hard rock band from San Francisco, formed in 1979. Gained popularity during the 1980s with a series of albums and singles. Guitarist Brad Gillis and drummer Kelly Kagi.
That's right. You're saying it
I've
right.
been
It's
the
Kelly
band.
Kagi.
have been the band's only constant members. Though bassist Jack Blades performed on all but one of their albums. That album is Feeding Off the Mojo, which ironically is one that they've sort of tried to wipe away from existence, I think. They haven't played any of the songs live.
I'm sorry, which album was that?
Feeding Off the Mojo. The one that Jack Blades was not on.
Okay. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Other current members of the band include guitarist Kerry Kelly, who has been with Alice Cooper, Vince Neil, Slash, Janie Lane, etc. All the good guys that I love.
Did we see him? Was he in the Glenn Sobel?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
And keyboardist Eric Levy. The band's first 5 albums sold more than 10 million copies worldwide, and the group has sold 17 million albums total.
17 million albums.
Oh my god. They're known for the power ballad Sister Christian.
Power, but had all kind of power.
Which peaked at number 5, along with several other top 40
It's pretty
singles.
powerful.
Yes. Including Don't Tell Me You Love Me, When You Close Your Eyes, Sentimental Streets, 4 in the Morning,
Yes.
and Goodbye.
Yes.
Success started to wane a little bit in the 1980s.
The secret of their success.
Yes. Actually,
Thank
Yes.
you. See what I did there?
the band split up in 1989, and its members pursued other musical endeavors, solo stuff.
Damn fucking Yankees, man. One of
Right.
the greatest bands that ever fucking happened.
That's true.
which
And I
is one
love
of my
Night
favorites.
Ranger,
Oh my goodness.
but
What?
god damn it, that was a
Damn
great
Yankees.
Damn Yankees, man. Great band. Go ahead.
So the group's
Sorry to
origin
bother
can be
you.
traced to Rubicon, which was a pop-punk group led by Jerry Martini, who gained the fame as a member of Sly and the Family Stone. After their rise,
When the moon hit your eye like a big pizza pie, that's some more.
as he's holding a glass of alcohol.
Now wait a minute. Dean Martin? What did you say? That couldn't be Dean Martini. Dean Martin. What did you
I
say?
said Jerry Martini.
Okay.
Oh, we heard Dean Martin.
We heard Dean Martin.
about
I know what you heard.
I'm just saying.
Jack Blades formed a trio with 2 other Rubicon members, Kelly Kagi and guitarist Brad Gillis,
And they formed the trio, the likes who had never been seen before.
called Stereo.
Oh.
So familiar in here. The threesome added keyboardist Alan Fitzgerald, former member of Montrose.
Oh,
Right.
there you go.
There is a lot of connections in this
Yeah.
group. Yeah, everybody's connected to a lot of things. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna kill you. As Stereo, the band played in small clubs in San
Honk to
Francisco.
the count, everybody.
In 1980.
Stop. Hold on. Go back. And what happened?
sorry.
Go ahead.
As Stereo, the band played in small clubs in San Francisco in 1980, like the Palms such as Palms in the Tenderloin. Why can I not speak?
Well, I wonder.
I can't. By the later that year, the name was changed to Ranger, and they were opening for Sammy Hagar.
Oh.
So awesomely cool. But then they had to change the name to Nightranger after a country band claimed trademark
That's
infringement.
our name.
Yeah, so yay.
The Ozark Mountain Rangers.
Yeah.
Ooh, Jackie Blue. That's a cool song.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Between 84 and 87, Nightranger branched out into soundtracks, recording or contributing songs to several teen-oriented films. In 1984, the band released Interstate Love Affair for the movie Teachers, starring Nick Nolte.
Ah,
I'm a
teacher,
teacher.
and you help. That's 38 Special. Yeah. And we need to do a podcast. If we're talking about Night Ranger, we're
38
gonna have.
Special,
We
I
gotta
love
do.
it.
We got
38
someone 38 Special.
I think I have more 30.
That band is like they're really an unsung band from the
Yeah.
80s, man.
I've
Go
only
ahead.
seen them once.
Me too.
In 85, they contributed another Seven Wishes track, This Boy Needs to Rock, to the soundtrack of Explorers.
Need to do something hot.
And then 2 Anthony Michael Hall films, 16 Candles and Out of Bounds. Rumors in the Air from Midnight Madness appeared on the former, while the latter featured Wild and Innocent Youth. I'm going to kill both of you before the end of this night. In 1987, Blades co-wrote the title theme to Michael J. Fox film The Secret of My Success, which Kevin mentioned earlier.
Yes.
And it was the lead-off single of the band's next album, Big Life.
Is
Blah,
that
blah,
is
blah.
that the movie where the marmot bites the guy on the wiener?
Excuse
Isn't that in
I
that
don't
movie?
think that's a thing.
Excuse.
Somebody's got a marmot, and it's like running around their apartment, and these guys try to give him shit, and the marmot grabs the guy's.
Are you
junk.
thinking of Big Lebowski? Where they throw the marmot into the
No. Wrongo, Mongo.
Into the bathtub?
No. Wrong. You are awarded no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
That's what I have to say to you, buddy.
In early '88, Fitzgerald left during the recording of Nightranger's fifth
I know.
album.
I was bummed out. I Fitz. I always liked Fitz.
He,
I like when it fits.
If the glove don't fit,
You must have quits.
he must have quit Nightranger.
What are we
He must
drinking?
have quit Nightranger.
What are we drinking tonight? What in the world?
Wait a minute.
Holy for
did
holy.
we just make a joke
Yeah.
where we started with Fitz, worked into the glove thing
Right.
we worked back into Fitz again.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness,
'Cause
he's
he
so friggin'
quits.
talented.
Yes.
Fitz quits.
He cited his own diminished role in the guitar-driven
He
band.
just keeps going.
Well, here's the
don't know.
irony
God bless
about
you,
that,
Lily.
though. He was the one that brought Jeff Watson into the band. So he's like, man, there's not a lot of keyboards in this thing now.
Wow.
Uh-huh. I'm sorry, Lily. Go
Oh,
ahead.
it's okay. It's all good.
Yeah.
With Fitz gone, Nightranger acquired a touring keyboardist, Jesse Bradman, to complete the next album, Man in Motion, which promised a return to earlier form, which was more hard rock, to anchor the group's sagging fortunes. None of the singles from it were distinguished enough to gain radio airplay.
Well, the thing that I remember reading an interview with Jack Blades in a music magazine, and one of the issues they had was they wanted to rock.
Yeah.
They just they would occasionally write a slow song.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like there, but there was pressure from the record label because
Yeah.
of Sister Christian
Right. I
to
know.
to do more of that, and even they would put out albums where like maybe the ballads weren't, they didn't even really care. The record label would ignore the good songs and
Yeah,
try to put the ballads out as singles.
MCA picked all ballads over rock songs again. I Did It for Love
Def Leppard,
was very poorly.
Def Leppard.
Even the cameo appearance by Morgan Fairchild in the video didn't help it, so blah.
Morgan.
Whoa, dude, Morgan frickin' Fairchild. Oh my God, dude. The
My
jerking off
wife.
I did to her, you would
My
fucking
wife,
epic.
Morgan.
I believe ya.
Yeah,
Blades,
not only-
and that's when Blades left Nightranger to perform Damn Yankees, as Lou got excited about earlier
Yes.
on.
Yeah.
One for them damn Yankee.
Oh
Excuse me.
boy. In 91, Kagi and Gillis enlisted Gary Moon to replace Blades as vocalist, bassist, and decided to reform as a trio after Jeff Watson decided to pursue a solo career.
Nice.
Yes. In 96, Blades returned to Nightranger, which ultimately led to a reunion of all 5 original members for 2 studio albums on CMC Records, which engineered a similar comeback for Styx.
Wow.
Let's just redo it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they kept on doing the whole time, putting out music. They weren't just satisfied to go out and just play the hits. You
Right.
know?
The band continued to tour between solo albums and projects, mostly on the summer festival circuit. Blades also began a stint as a chief counselor for Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp. In 99, they joined other 1980s bands in the second installment of Rock Never Stops tour, which also happened to feature Blades' former Damn Yankees bandmate Ted Nugent.
I went to one of those rock and roll fantasy
fun?
camps,
Did you?
and it was complete bullshit.
Oh, really?
no.
Because
Nobody's there, right?
There was no groupies. Like that's the reason that's my rock and roll fantasy.
Right? And it didn't.
And like now they're like, no, you gotta play a Stairway to Heaven like this. I'm like, what?
No. Where's the
It was
chicks?
a bunch of smelly guys. It's awful.
All saying the same thing. Where are the chicks?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Where
man.
the
women?
where the white women
There
at?
you go. Hey, you can say it.
Cleavon Little said it first. I'm quoting.
You can say it.
Anyway, they have
Yes,
13
I'm sorry.
studio
Go ahead,
albums. The
Lily.
latest was released in August of last year. Dawn Patrol and Midnight Madness are probably my favorite ones, which we have right here. We can show them now.
Okay.
Visual aid time, boys and girls. Look at here now.
Visual.
This is called an album.
Dawn Patrol.
Yeah, see, and there was it doesn't. The goodness doesn't stop there.
Right, there's more.
there's
but wait,
back-
there's
But
more.
wait, there's a backside.
Oh my.
I mean, they're standing there between these trees, okay,
Right.
in the forest somewhere, probably some beautiful place in Northern California or something like that. And there's these laser beams.
It's fantastic.
Sure.
It's coming down. It's like, what more could you want? The front cover has these giant those are like observatory dishes. Radio telescopes
yes.
with these crazy lasers shooting out, and they don't shoot lasers.
Guess where the lasers go? Lasers go right into the woods, don't they?
This was probably a question on some poor kid's science
what?
test, and he said, "Yeah, they shoot lasers."
No.
F.
Yeah.
And here's Midnight Madness.
Midnight Madness. Now this was the record that like really took them to the next level
This is all
because this
the-
says Sister Christian on
has
it.
all the hits.
But this does have some great. The first one does have some great. Don't Tell Me You Love Me. Okay, this is a band that comes out. Mm-hmm. That's just their first song. Is Don't Tell Me, dude. Have you listened to that song lately? That's an amazing song.
It's a great song.
Yeah, I mean, I was like knocked the fuck out when I heard that thing. It just blew my mind. So like, if they never did anything else, I was like happy. I thought it was great. Then, and what? Sing Me Away is on here too, right? Yeah, Sing Me Away.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's a big like when that's live. People sing along with it.
Yes, they do.
It's one of those type of things. But so then they follow it up. My goodness.
Midnight Madness.
Midnight Madness. Sorry. And we all know this album cover. We have seen it a million times. It's the band. It's very well composed. There's a history of doing album covers like this where you put the members on from like here up. Meet the Beatles is
Right.
like that, And so this is in that tradition, and they just laid it out. So there's 3 in front and 2 and 1 on each side. But Brad and Jack are on each side, and they were able to position the Nightranger logo kind of like hanging above them, but sort of in that like space there. And what the hell's this back? There's a guy with a giant sword. Like some kind of like I'm gonna be politically incorrect. Some kind of Arab.
What?
And there's like Sheena Easton from Strut Pout Put It Out video.
Yeah.
And then there's some other dude, I think carrying a baby
And
maybe.
the back tells a story too.
So there's like and so when you flip it over, it's madness. There's an astronaut. Let's just you know what I mean. It's crazy. Oh, on there it looks like there's a cheerleader. There's the football players. Mm-hmm. It's bizarre. I'm
it's
trying to
Midnight
describe
Madness.
it for those who aren't watching, who are just listening. But there's a funny story about this. This album cover. So it looks like what maybe if you really look at it close, it becomes obvious that these people aren't all standing together at the same time.
Right.
Okay. It kind of becomes, you have to kind of look at it. But if you could, without staring at it too much, if you just casually look, you might think like, oh, okay, they had this in a street corner. But no, the lighting between this and that is completely different. You can see all
wrong.
that. So, but there was no Photoshop or anything like that. You didn't do anything on, you didn't do anything with computers. This was 1983.
Right.
I think Rich Morris had like
a Tandy company.
The
cassettes, hard drive.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he brought it to school and did it for a science project. Of course, it didn't work.
Yeah.
He spent the whole time at his table for science project trying to fix it. That was Rich, though.
Yeah.
Sometimes his reach exceeded his grasp.
Yep.
But anyways, I don't know how I got to Rich Morris from here. But anyways, there was no computer stuff. You couldn't. They weren't all photographed at the same time. But so, was this like a giant like silk screen that they stood in front of? Maybe, that was kind of my guess.
Yeah,
Was like,
I would have to say that too.
Well, here's what it is. No, these are all separate photos of each of them.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Completely separate photos. They didn't stand together for this picture. Okay, and then what they did, it's just like, this is arts and crafts.
Yeah.
Second grade. They were cutouts. And they laid them down, and then they photographed that.
Yeah.
And that's how they
They
created.
did it way old school.
I mean, that is real. Well, what did they else could you do in
well, you couldn't do
1983?
it.
Truth.
It's like, I thought that was really neat. There's a video on YouTube, and I do not remember the title of it or whatever, where he's being interviewed in his house and he's showing some memorabilia that he has, and he has the original mock-up for that, and he sits there and pulls it, and they're all cut out characters.
That's
hysterical.
like in those old, in the coloring books or whatever,
Wow.
Yeah.
Color
great.
forms.
I
Nightranger
love
color
color
forms.
forms.
Yep.
Yeah. See, they missed the boat there. They could have had merchandise.
Right.
See, people didn't think that way back then at all.
See,
You
they
know what I
weren't
mean?
smart.
It was less like
They just weren't smart.
they didn't think they would have to. I mean, do you realize the millions and millions of records they sold at $7.98 or whatever,
Yeah.
And So you take millions and millions and millions times 798. So you've got, you know what I mean? You got a lot of shit.
A lot of shit.
There's bank made there for sure. Oh, Jeff Watson. So Fritz brought Jeff into the band. Jeff was a really highly accomplished guitar player and teacher and things like that. And after he left Nightranger, he's written soundtracks, Disney stuff, and everything. Yeah, he's very successful at that.
Wow.
Yeah, and he has his own projects, and he goes still has been out and played guitar on a bunch of different records. I don't think that people know that. Fitz was the off. This is one of the reasons why he left Nightranger. He got the gig playing keyboards off stage on a Van Halen tour.
Yeah, I knew that.
Wow.
Yeah. So, when Eddie wasn't like doing something,
yeah.
they
was there.
yeah,
That's cool.
like maybe during the solo to I'll Wait, things like that. So like that was a kind of like once in a lifetime. You can't say no to Van Halen.
Right.
I do not know why Jeff was fired from Nightranger again. He came back and then he was fired, and I don't know. And in the reading I read, he was the only guy I saw like being fired. Most the guys left, going to go do something else. And Brad Gillis. Now we were talking about, and I think I mentioned it, that the first time I saw Nightranger was on Dick Clark show.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And American Bandstand. And this is what you did. MTV was, I don't think it was out yet.
I don't think so.
MTV was not out yet. And before MTV, and then in the very early days of MTV, when your cable company didn't offer it right away, the only way to see music, one of the few ways to see music was something called American Bandstand. And it was a television show where he would legendary radio host Dick Clark would do a countdown, and people would be there dancing. It was just weird. It seems weird now, but like that we watched it, and you would just watch. It was on Saturday afternoons.
It was like a party,
and it would look and so you just watch, and then there was always a live musical act that played, and everybody was on there. Like I remember seeing so many people. I saw the first time I ever saw what John Cougar Mellencamp looked like.
Yep.
Was on American Bandstand. Didn't even know what the guy looked like. But you were able to catch bands on there, and I heard that Nightranger was going to be on, and I got my butt in front of the television to see it. Okay. And they played "Don't Tell Me You Love Me," and I was knocked out. Even though, the other thing about Bandstand, so if some of you guys go back and pull it up on YouTube or something, it's they pantomime. They don't play live. I've heard that there's some cases where some bands have. I don't know if that's true or not, but for the most part, nobody played live. You pantomime, but they had their amps and everything on stage,
so it looked good.
So make it look good.
Yeah.
They got, and then Dick will talk to the band and give them like 5-minute interview. Yeah,
a mini interview.
Yeah, like a mini interview, and he was always like super upbeat and would ask interesting questions, and he came up to Brad and he's like, "Oh, hi, Brad. Yeah, I know you through Ozzy." And I was like, "What?" And Brad Gillis, the other guitarist in Nightranger, was filled in for Randy when Randy Rhoads died, after Randy Rhoads passed away. And so he got to do a lot of touring with Ozzy. What an experience! Yeah. They and he was in Nightranger, but there was some sort of, and I can't remember, hiatus, or they were in between things, so he was able to do it without really, But they were but he knew that he couldn't stay because I guess Nightranger's new album was going to be coming out. I think this album right here, the Midnight Madness, was getting ready to come out, and he was like, or maybe their first album. Their first album was getting ready to come out, and he was like, I need to be able to tour and everything. I have a commitment.
Right.
I can't, would love to stay, but I can't. And he's been asked many times, do you regret that or whatever? He always says no, of course. But so he's from Oz. So these guys have all these connections.
Yeah.
Jack Blades has sung on more songs that that you realize.
Yeah.
He's on tons and tons and tons and tons of albums as a backing vocalist because he has such an amazing voice. He just has this beautiful way of to blend. So these guys have connections to they're like veterans of the music business.
Right.
So they're not just, some kids
that got together.
Some kid. They kind of already did the kid thing.
Yeah.
And, now they were like a little bit more mature, had a better sense of about what they wanted to do and what they wanted to be. Very cool. So let's talk about some of the songs. Do you have any songs you want to talk about, Lily, or?
I do want to just say about Sister Christian, it is extremely overplayed. However, it always comes back to me somehow. So I heard it when I was a little kid, but then it appears in a soundtrack for Grand Theft Auto Vice City. And I bought that soundtrack for that specific radio show on that game and listened to that song over and over and over and over again. I was obsessed with it. And then it came out again, or it appeared again on the movie Rock of Ages, where it's one of the songs in that. And so video game was in my 20s. The movie was in my 30s. So I'm like, oh, the song's come back to me again. So it's just a really fun song. It'll probably come back to me again sometime in my 40s, who knows. But I'm sure I'll get sick of it again. But it also forces me to want to listen to all the songs. So hearing that song sort of is like a gateway drug to all the songs. For me.
It's the gateway drug to Nightranger.
It kind of is.
This song was written. We should talk about, give some background song. We're not going to go through every song, but we're going to hit a few. This song was written by Kelly Kagi, who's the drummer. Something also interesting, and I'm no Lily brought up, but just this is very kind of not all that common. I mean, Fleetwood Mac had multiple lead singers, but Nightranger had two lead singers, Kelly Kagi and and Jack Blades. So that's another thing to kind of set this band apart. Anyways, Kelly Kagi, the drummer, wrote this song by his sister Christy, and when he brought it to the band, they listened to it, and he was singing "Sister Christy," and they thought he was singing Sister Christian. And he was like, I like that better.
It sounds good.
Exactly.
No, that definitely works better for the song. Yeah. So let's talk about motoring. No, and it's not like motorboating.
But it could be.
Just calm down.
Out there.
Simmer down. Nah.
Right.
Simmer down. Motoring was a term for in Eugene, Oregon, where he grew up, where Kelly Kagi grew up. It was a term for cruising.
Just cruising.
Yep.
Just cruising.
Going out motoring.
Yeah.
He said it was very American Graffiti style, what they were doing in that movie.
Yeah.
That's what motoring is. Just going around and jumping in other people's cars, chasing everybody, getting laid, that sort of thing. Good times.
Remember you cruised South Park?
I didn't do that.
Yeah, I cruised South Park many times. Hot
now.
Yikes.
Yeah. You know how I got lucky?
How'd you get lucky?
I had enough money for like a slice of pizza later.
There
Hot.
you go.
That was it.
You're like, yes.
Was it good pizza?
Tonight. No, it was
know
Danny's Pizza.
I don't know what that is.
It's right outside South Park.
Oh.
It's Danny's Pizza.
But the song is about the sort of transition from youth into adulthood. And part of that is rites of passage, like the first time you have sex.
What? I can't wait.
Someday, Kevin.
Someday. I'm looking forward to it.
I don't even want to talk about it right now.
When when they released the album, see here it gets started way back here. When they released this album, they thought that the first single was going to be "You Can Still Rock in America," and the record label made a switcheroony on them,
As they do,
and put out Sister Christian instead. And so it expanded their audience, but the record company wanted a ballad on every album. They delivered one on their next album, Seven Wishes, with Sentimental Street, and then Big Light. They had Hearts Away, but Turned Defiant on 88, and we already talked about this stuff right here. So it is a song about the passage into adulthood. It's used in the movie Boogie Nights.
yes.
A memorable scene where three characters enter a fancy house to make a drug deal, and the song is playing. The drug dealer who owns the place, dressed in a bathrobe, is about to check out the cocaine, but stops as the song builds to its chorus. He plays some air drums and sings along, motoring, before saying, "I love that song," and continuing the deal.
Such an iconic scene.
Anyways, this friendly, unhinged drug dealer archetype is familiar to many, including Kelly Kagi, who recalled watching the scene in his Songfacts interview. They interview him. That's how they come up with this. Songfacts actually interviews them. I went to the movies and saw it firsthand, and I started sweating. Not because I didn't like it, but because I thought I'd been in that position in Hollywood at one point in some drug dealer's house.
No doubt. No doubt, Kelly. No doubt.
Not selling, of course, but just sitting there with some nutty guy looking at us like, how you doing? What do you want? And I'm like, get me out of here. Meanwhile, all the chaos in the background, it was like, holy crap, man, this is too close. So it was like...
It's like someone new.
Yeah.
It's also in Superstar, Summerhood, Friday the 13th from 2009, The Boondock Saints 2. It's in these television shows, Glee, The Goldbergs, Parks and Recreation, and Family Guy. Why not in Family Guy?
Why not? Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
I
Why
think there's
not?
a lot of songs in Family Guy.
While some groups can't stand the sound of their signature song, Nightranger is not one of them. Jack Blades told Songfacts, to me, it's a highlight to one of our shows, instead of it being a curse. Maybe a lot of bands think their big hit is ugh, we don't want to play that, but that's not the way it is for Nightranger. We really do love that song. And yeah, they all got
It's a good
fucking
one,
rich.
Mike. Sure. Yeah, right? Played all night long.
Oh, well, do you guys want to hear? Anyway, there's a update on Christy, Kelly Kagi's sister. Yeah, she lives in a small town in Oregon.
Wow.
That she moved there.
Thanks
I don't know
for
what's
the
going.
update.
Yeah. I don't know why that's in here. Sister Christian has been used a few different commercials. Some more entertaining include a spot for Dr. Pepper cream soda where Justin Guarini, who came in second to Kelly Clarkson on the first season of American Idol, sings it in character as Little Sweet. And another for Foster Farms where chickens cluck out the song.
Oh, boy.
So there is that. So your song becomes a chicken singing it.
Yeah.
How do you feel about
clucking
that?
it.
They're clucking all the way to the bank.
Yeah, well, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
Bob Giacometti, and I'm sorry if I screwed your name up. He saw Nightranger on their first tour at the Stanley Showcase on a snowy winter night. Ticket price was $5.50.
$5.50.
Brad Gillis had just left Ozzy's band. Very cool
Wow.
fact there.
You can still get tickets for $5.50. But it's $550 now.
Yeah, I meant $5.50.
I know what you meant. But, those were the days. Those were the days.
Oh my gosh, stop. Don't
And
rewatch
you
the
know
whole
when
thing.
There
you
we go.
were
There you go. Girls were girls and men were men.
Pittsburgh Kevin, don't
Yes?
tell me you love me.
I'm gonna. A little bit later.
This is written by Jack Blades. Don't Tell Me You Love Me was a breakout song for Nightranger. Remains the favorite of their fans. Dawn Patrol was the band's first album. Their only one recorded for Boardwalk Records, which went out of business. And then they went to MCA. In a Songvax interview, Blades says, "We had already started working on our first album, and I came up with the song. I was just thinking of the idea of how it's really great and it's really fun, but just don't tell me you love me. Let's not go there. Okay. Let's just keep it fun and happy and everything like that. I wrote the chorus first, singing, 'Don't tell me you love me, don't tell me you love me. I don't want to know.' And then I wrote these verses. It ain't the way that you move, it ain't the way that you, etc." And I think I had written enough lyrics because it seemed like it was so easy, but there wasn't a lot of words. And I always thought, man, am I shortchanging the song? Shouldn't there be more lyrics? But my producer goes, no, man, it's fine the way it is. He said, what you've succeeded in doing is conveying the whole idea of the song in a minimum amount of words without having to write 4 verses, a bunch of choruses, a bridge, and everything like that. And it totally gets what the message is in the song with what you've done. And he says, congratulations. A lot of people have a hard time doing that. I heard a little Steven talk about this one time that like it's harder to write Love Me Do than it is to write something like, I don't know, something, but one like Pink Floyd's early
like an Iron Maiden song.
Jam out song, you know what I mean? Like, like to be able to say something in a just like boom, be super effective, right to the point. It's around. I think it's about 4 minutes long. Really kick-ass song. Anyways, there's not really much to it. It's just that, you know, the the song is the song. You know, you guys know what it's about, and it is their breakout song. It's the first song that I ever heard them do, and like I said, when I saw them play. Oh, and the other thing with them that I saw when Midnight Madness had come out, there was MTV was doing a Saturday night concert. And they were the Saturday night. I saw tons of bands that way. Yeah. You know, saw tons. And they were all, it was around down to about an hour. And these guys played. And, of course, their big song at the end was Don't Tell Me You Love Me. And so I was right in front of the frickin' television because I wanted to see how Watson and Gillis played. Yep. I had to be able to see because it was so mind-blowing what they were doing. And I just was gobsmacked.
Yes.
And in the second half of the solo, where Watson comes in, I swore that was two-hand tapping. And then I saw him play it. And it's just the cleanest picking you can do. Right. I was like gobsmacked. I was like, holy crap, man. And I was like, they were like, they might have been in Japan or something. I don't know. Maybe they were, maybe they weren't. I don't remember. But they did all the songs, and of course, I was, completely blown away by all of that.
They do still tour.
Okay, now so. Lily, what is like your favorite Nightranger song?
I hate when you ask me these questions. It actually makes me mad.
Don't hit him.
I might hit him.
Well, is it a toss up between 2 or 3?
It's a lot. There are a lot of songs.
Wow.
I guess Don't Tell Me You Love Me is probably the one that hits me the most. But I like a lot of their songs. I like a lot of their songs on even the first record. Like, oh gosh, here we go. Because I can't read. Call My Name. That's a really good song. And it's haunting sounding, which I love, as you know. But they do still tour. They actually have 8 dates right now on their website. They're opening for Kid Rock on one. They're opening for Sebastian Bach on another. Super cool. I've seen them twice. Once I bought myself a Christmas present and saw the Nightranger Before Christmas show in Greensburg.
That's cool.
And Gene the Werewolf opened. They're a local band.
Oh, that'd be a great. That'd be a great show.
So it was fantastic, and I went by myself, had a great time, made some friends in my little row there because you got to sit at the Palace in Greensburg. And then the second time I saw them, Sammy Hagar was coming to town, and I'm like, I've never seen Sammy
Hagar's coming to town. Oh, sorry, you said.
And that was in the summer, and I'm like, oh well, I'm gonna go see them. And then they finally announced who was opening. It was Nightranger. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go and see them again. I'm so super excited.
Bonus.
Again, went by myself, but saw everybody I knew at the summer show because everybody goes out to concerts all summer long, so it was great. And they still sound they sound like they do on the record.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic. And they sounded wonderful. I loved it. It was just like if I put that on in my living room.
There you go.
Except for a lot of people around.
Yeah.
I don't want those people in my house. So.
Mr. Pittsburgh,
So after
you're a number one top numero uno.
Yeah, don't tell me.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me
Because
nothing.
like we were talking about before the podcast, like when he does the whammy bar thing, like long before I played guitar, I'm like, how's he doing that? And now that I know how he does it, I'm like, how does he do that? Because it's just incredible.
That's incredible.
Incredible.
That
Thank
was
you.
probably on TV at that.
Kathy Lee Crosby,
Nerds.
Fran Tarkenton, and John Davidson. Whoa! Look at me remembering shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Anyways, I want to give you guys a little bit of background on Jack Blades because
Jack the Ripper.
he's, Rubicon, Nightranger, Damn Yankees. Now, this is I always forget about this.
And
this
Lou
was a
loves
really
this.
cool thing. This is one of the greatest things Jack Blades ever did. So, him and Tommy Shaw and all that, they down there with Ted Nugent, damn Yankees and all that.
I remember that. Yeah.
So they did Damn Yankees, but Tommy Shaw and Jack Blades had a little project, and they did a few albums called Shaw Blades, and they just sang covers,
Yeah.
Really?
and it was wonderful. I went to see it at the Rex,
I wish I could have seen
and it was like kind of like a storyteller's. They would talk about why they picked this song and how much it influenced
That's
them,
cool.
and it told a lot of funny stories about Ted Nugent.
I bet. I bet.
It was super fun. It was like one of the funnest shows
It's the
I've
most
ever
fun.
seen. It was the most funnest thing you'll ever have, kids. So you can. They've got records out on Spotify, and you can find it on YouTube. I highly recommend that you check it out. Check it out. Some of the guest appearances.
I have that.
Teachers, 16 Candles, Out of Bounds, Secret of My Success, Nowhere to Run, Nothing But Trouble.
I have Bathead Soup.
Tommy Boy, Bathead Soup, Classic Rock Christmas, California Jam 2. And his session work is not listed here. That's unfortunate.
That's probably a whole other page somewhere.
But
Yeah.
you'll find this interesting, Lily. He is singing backup on a Motley Crue song.
I know this.
It's on
Dr. Feelgood.
Dr. Feelgood.
There you go.
Yeah,
I
it's
knew
Dr.
that.
Feelgood.
I had to pull it from my brain.
And
was there.
he he's like on tons of shit, tons of shit. He's that kind of guy.
Wow.
He's
He's just awesome. And that's all.
he played drums with Ringo when of Ringo's not bass drums.
I was gonna say
Sorry, he played
Ringo did
bass.
that.
What am I saying?
We
This
already-
day in
we kind of
music.
knew what you meant. Though. It's okay.
I feel like somebody with the cane should take the curtain comes down. But this calls for Honky the Clown.
No.
Thank
Just
you.
one honk.
Just one honk.
Just one honk. That's honk the clown.
Honk the Clown. Honk the magic
Like
clown.
a verb. Hey, go honk the clown.
I've had enough.
Lily, it's your turn to honk the clown.
I'm never. No, absolutely not. I'll
Who's
quit.
honking, who's honking the clown
Go honk
tonight?
that clown.
I will quit.
What do you mean?
That's a song. Honk the clown.
Honk the clown.
I'm walking out.
I can see the video.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, I have to get what's his name to produce it. What's his name?
Yes.
Yeah, that guy.
Bruno Mars.
Oh.
Yeah, I want him to dance in the video.
There you
No.
go. Yes.
Fired.
Heavens to Betsy.
Yeah.
I
So I
need
just
some
was trying to
Murgatroyd.
like give you guys like a little bit of perspective, but and you'll find this funny. He said that when Vince Neil records his vocals, he always holds a drumstick in his hand.
Huh.
Is there a reason?
He did. I don't know. He just maybe
Now I
helps
need to
him
talk
get-
to Vince Neil.
Helps him get into it or something. But he says that he always has a drumstick in his hand.
It's interesting.
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
but
like
he-
Bob. Maybe he's like a Bob Joel.
But he
where
played-
he had the pen in his hand. Yeah, gotta hold a drumstick. Keep that hand busy.
Oh my.
Well, I'm Norm Macdonald.
Norm Macdonald has Bob Dole as Vince Neil.
But the Ringo thing was, it was one of, Ringo does those all-star jams, and he played it with one of those
That's cool.
all-star jams too. So he's done a lot of stuff. He's a highly requested musician. So we love Nightranger.
Yeah.
And you should too.
I will. I'm going to leave you guys with what my favorite Nightranger song.
Do it.
But this
Talk
is
to
difficult. There's a story.
Okay.
Okay. It is Don't Tell Me You Love Me.
Oh.
However.
Right. Okay.
However.
Yes.
Larry, can I talk? Can I talk?
Please tell us what you're talking about.
I had a very, very intense,
Yikes.
intimate encounter to Sentimental Street.
Oh, did you?
It's one of those like
See, it's
it's when it's one of them. It's gonna be one of them things where you're laying on when you're dying, and you're thinking back on your life, and the big fucking smile is gonna come right across your face because you that was fucking amazing.
Up next on Loudini After Hours,
Loudini.
we're gonna hear about Lou's story.
So I'm not gonna get lewd, but
Lewd!
ha ha, lewd
Zing.
Dini.
Luke.
She got lewd though.
She got lewd.
Stop that. I've had enough of the clown.
There you go. Wow.
He ran away.
He did.
Good.
Honky,
Bye.
come back! Don't run away, Honky.
Go jump in front of a car.
Ah! Honky got hit by a car. Who's gonna honk the clown now?
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
You clown honking motherfucker.
Sick. Something wrong with you.
I'm
people.
just standing on the sidewalk and the man come over and say, "Can I honk your clown?" I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here."
Get my clown's name out your mouth.
Oh my god. Ah.
Oh my god. Yin's guys are all jacked
There you
up.
go. We're something.
You have problems.
Woo.
We.
You guys are seriously, man.
What's wrong with you?
There he went.
Ow.
There you go.
Will Smith had to come in and straighten your ass out.
Sorry, Will.
Little Willie Smith.
All right. Well,
So-
tell your story now.
No, but
5
I
minutes
told the
later.
story. That was it. I
Oh, that
don't
was
wanna
it?
get into
Oh,
but it
I
was like,
thought
yeah.
you-
Yeah, it was it.
I
Yeah,
thought
yeah,
you
it
were
was.
going to go into some detail.
No, I'm not going to big detail.
She
It
got
was
lewd.
just, it was like a great,
I was getting
it was
all
just like the
excited.
perfect kind of romantic moment.
Aww.
And this song was playing as things were like,
I was lighting some candles over here in the corner and getting all ready.
Speaking of Futurama,
I have a great white song like that.
I
but-
loved how they had the robot race had like all the same shit that people had.
Right,
It was
right.
the robot devil.
Yeah, yeah.
When they died,
right.
the robot devil got him. But there was hedonism bot.
Yes.
Remember that? He was
Yes.
like, "Ooh."
Rub the oil on my body. Yes.
There was a robot devoted to hedonism. I don't know why I went there.
I don't know either. We came along with, one of us came along with you. I think Lily just sat there and just waited.
Come
for it
back,
to end.
Lily. Lily.
Yeah. Yeah, you're the one. Lily.
Maybe I should go run in front of a car.
Oh. Oh, ma'am.
We're going to do our lyrics with Loudini right now.
All right, then.
And so we're not completely away from Nightranger. You got a little wee bit more Nightranger coming at you because we're gonna do. You can still rock in it. Yes,
Sorry.
you can still rock in America.
Okay.
There's so
Oh,
many good
all
ones.
right.
This is a great song.
Yeah.
This is a contender. Rumors in the air. That is a kick-ass
I like
jam.
that
That's
song.
kind of really heavy. I love that song. But back in '83, lots of keyboards, guys in makeup. Michael Jackson, rock just wasn't trendy, but Nightranger came to the rescue. In an interview, lead singer Jack Blades, he told Song Facts about writing the song. I was just sitting around my hotel room in Springfield, Illinois, in the shadow of Abraham Lincoln's house, and we were on tour with Sammy Hagar. We were on tour behind our first album, Dawn Patrol, and with Sammy out playing his 3 Lock Box tour. Remember that?
3 Lock Box.
So we're sitting in this little Travelodge motel. It was they had a day off, and magazines were saying rock is dead because we were still, coming out of the Cars and Blondie, Flock of Seagulls, Haircut 100, Boy George, and all this stuff. All these magazines were saying that basically rock and roll as we know it, Deep Purple, all that kind of stuff was dead, and this new music was coming out. At least that's what they were trying to jam down everybody's throat, to convince everybody that this music you should listen to. The Thompson Twins, The Cure. Man, he's got a collection here.
See that?
Everything that wasn't real rock and roll, but everywhere we were playing with Hagar, it was thousands of people out there, and everybody was just rocking and rolling and screaming, and we were just jamming. And I'm like, man, I don't get this. Everybody's saying rock is dead, but as far as I'm concerned, you can still rock in America.
Wow, they were saying that in '83. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Rock was still around.
Yeah.
Well, that whole rock and roll is dead started with the plane crash with Buddy Holly.
Oh,
and all
yeah,
that.
legit.
And there really wasn't and rock kind of faded out, and folk became famous again. And it was the Beatles that brought rock back. And there's that song by The Who, Rock is Dead, they say. Rock. So, anyways, yeah. So that is the kind of background on to this great rock and roll song. And I want to get through the lyrics with y'all on this. Here we go. Little Sister by the Record Machine. A tiny dancer, such a sweet 16. Wow, that's a little...
That's dirty.
Ouch. She's going... wow, right off the bat. I don't think I'm going to be banned. I'm going to be canceled if I read the rest of this.
Really?
Just
Oh,
kidding.
okay.
I'm going to do it. Just, you guys know me. You know me. See, you missed an opportunity.
Oh.
Okay.
You know me, right?
Okay, here we go. She's going out. She's going to party tonight. She's going to shake it and make it last all night.
I'll
Okay.
bet.
He rhymed tonight with night. Okay.
Well, all right.
Hey, works,
Yeah.
Little brother's got a driving machine. A fast driver, such a clean machine. So he rhymed machine with machine.
That's magical.
Yeah,
That's what
okay.
he's doing there.
They're going out. They're going to put out the lights. They're going to rock it. You can still rock in America. Oh, yeah, it's all right. You can still rock in America. Oh, yeah, all night. You can still rock in America. Little sister makes a move for the door. The door squeaks. She's on the second floor. Her daddy wakes. Is everything okay? Not a sound as she makes her getaway. Little brother's got it ready to roll. Tires burning as they head for the show. Light it up. Turn the music up loud and rock it. Rock it. Rock it. You can still rock in America. Oh, yeah, it's all right. You can still rock in America. Oh, yeah, all night. You can still rock in America. And there's a bridge. Rock in America. You can still... You get the idea.
4 times.
Yeah. And you can still rock in America. Oh, yeah, it's all right. You can still rock in America. Oh, yeah, all night. You can still rock in America. You can still rock in America. Well, you can still rock in America.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Oh, yeah, all right.
All right, then.
So those are the lyrics. I think that it's, it's about what rock and roll is all about.
Yes. I totally agree with you.
Legit.
Okay, the second verse kind of took me a little bit. Okay, so it's little sister makes a move for the door. The door squeaks and she's on the second floor. Her daddy Okay, I get what's going on.
She's sneaking out of the
She's
house.
She's sneaking out of the house.
You get it?
Oh, I totally can relate to this song.
Good
Just
thing
telling
we're
a
here to
story.
help you. Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
And they're going to the show.
And then so it's a brother and sister,
I don't know about that.
and they're getting ready to go.
I don't think they're brothers.
I don't think that either.
Well, this song was
Maybe if it's West Virginia.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh,
Kentucky.
why? Why'd
Yeah.
you say that, Lily? That was
He said
horrible.
they said
I
they
said
were
Kentucky.
Where did they say
Kentucky.
he said they were like in the they were in Lincoln, not Lincoln.
Lincoln,
Where was Abraham Lincoln at?
Lincoln, Nebraska.
No, he was not.
I don't know.
But that's where they were because he said he was sitting in the shadow of Abraham Lincoln's house. But
I thought it was from Illinois.
Yeah, it's in Illinois.
There you go. Thank you. Here's Lincoln,
Yeah,
Illinois.
yeah, so it's not just Gen Z that doesn't know history. So
Yeah.
but anyways, yeah, you can still rock in America. So yeah, okay, so that's very cool. It's like
And I still do.
yeah, I mean, it's painting a picture. You know, little sister by the record
Sure.
machine, tiny dancer, such a sweet 16. You see this young girl like hanging out in front, you know, boogieing. You know, that was a thing too that people did. Now I don't know. Did you ever do this? I never did it myself, but I've seen people do it. You go and they play the jukebox and they dance to the jukebox.
I mean, I do it now. So
Okay.
I did it then too.
So there you go.
So, but that
yes.
was like that's a big thing.
Yes.
People would put they go and dance to the jukebox.
I literally did it last Tuesday. So
See?
there's that.
It's, you know, you can still rock in America.
Yeah,
apparently.
and of
So-
course the little brother's got to drive a machine, a fast driver, such a clean machine.
Oh, I see where you think they're brother and sister. I think he's just using that as a little sister,
A young
little
person,
brother.
a young person.
I got
reference.
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, see, I don't think they're actually.
You know, in my
they're
mind,
not
I always
related.
thought like this was a brother and a sister,
We
and
are-
he was going out to get the chicks,
We are
and
not
she was going out to get the
relations.
guys.
Yeah.
I
no.
didn't think they were going out to get together.
Yeah, well, it's just.
Wow, I see. I can't believe you went
It's a
there.
good thing here.
Wow.
Well, I didn't go there. You
That
did.
is
Wait a minute.
terrible.
I mean,
Hold on
you're
now.
kind of the one thinking that.
That's
yo.
awful. Here we go. Wait a minute.
Okay.
I got it.
All right.
Little sister makes a move for the door. The door squeaks and she's on the second floor. Her daddy wakes.
And good night.
Is everything okay? Not a sound she makes. She makes her get away. Yeah, it works.
Welcome
I
to the
think.
Loudini Polka Circus. Everyone's invited tonight. Thank you very much,
Are we
Loudini.
inviting the button box to the show next?
Oh my
Is that what's
goodness.
happening?
Everyone.
Oh, somebody just stop me.
There's something wrong.
Lily's like, I'm going to stop you. I'm going to backhand you. Okay. So that was the lyrics of Loudini. I'm sorry if you guys thought it was too silly. We had a good time.
That was silly. You're silly.
So now so let's take a little like breather here. Everybody like this is the like second inning stretch or whatever it's called.
I don't know.
Seventh.
The second inning. We are such sports fans here.
Seventh.
It's the second
it's
inning.
the seventh, kids.
It's a second quarter stretch.
We'll pretend like someone here knows anything about sports.
Thanks, Lily.
It's the groin stretch. Do women have a groin?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, groin is not your nuts.
I don't know if the way it's all joined together.
Right here, Lou.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I don't know if it's the way it's because the way it's all hooked up, you know, with the muscles and bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Muscles
if
and
it's the same thing, maybe your shit's all, you know, I don't know what you're doing down there.
I don't know what I'm doing down there. It's been a long ass time, so there's that.
They just don't pull the groins like we do.
Oh, I
can.
gotcha.
You can.
There was that.
Hey, no.
I heard a comedian say, he was like, yeah, he said, I got up this morning, first thing out of bed, I pulled my groin. It felt so good, I did it again. I heard some comedian do that. I did not write that joke.
That's beautiful.
I don't write most jokes. Most of the jokes I make are somebody else's jokes.
Yeah.
So
or
I'm
they're
just like-
accidents.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Total accidents.
Oh, I almost had an accident. No, sorry. I don't want to talk about that here. So, so now let's talk about some. So we're going to talk about some new bands.
Okay.
We're going to take a minute here, and we're going to go with Lily first. She has a band she would like to.
I
tell
do,
you
and
all
I
about.
almost picked Lose this week again, and I changed my mind at the last minute. However, who I'm going to talk about is the LA Maybe. They are a 5-piece rock and roll band from the Carolinas. Lately, it seems like a lot of the newer rock bands are coming from the South, but their debut album was released in March of 2021 called Dirty Damn Tricks.
Ooh.
They are considered the top dogs of the new wave of classic rock. Their album is an ode to living fast and loose, so I love them already. You can, when you're listening to their music, you can feel some AC/DC, some Van Halen, some Guns N' Roses influence in the music. It sounds a lot like AC/DC when the dude's singing.
Oh, so it is a male. A guy singing.
All guys.
Okay.
Yeah. If you want a taste of what they are about, listen to the third track on their new album. It's the third track's called Oh Sugar, and I want you to listen to it later because you're going to love it. I'm telling you right now.
And you're going to like
You're
it.
going to like it.
Pop it, Lou.
You're sure to have at least one of their choruses stuck in your head at any given moment. They say they draw influence from every genre of music, every style of music. The LA Maybe put on an electrifying show. Apparently put on an electrifying show. I haven't seen them live yet. I would really, really, really like you guys to come to Pittsburgh if you're listening at all, because I really want to see this live show that you have.
Hey, Bob, come here and listen to this.
Right.
This chick wants us to go to Pittsburgh.
Oh my God.
Well, that is how you. I've look. Don't laugh, because that is how bands are able to do tours.
Yeah.
If they do find out that, oh shit, man, there's like some
somebody-
like even
yeah.
at some out of the way kind of place, Greensburg or something like that.
There's definitely a place for them here. There's definitely a place for them here.
They
because
will find a way to add it.
This is literally like a throwback to like the 80s party bands.
Because they don't, especially now, because they don't make money selling any
70s and
records.
80s. Right,
So
so
go playing a gig there, and they're going to sell some merch and stuff like that. It's business, man. Just business.
Very 70s and 80s fun, and I do want you guys to listen to when we're done.
Okay.
So
I
you
will
can like
listen
it.
to it. Sorry,
What did
I
you
just
do?
won't be able to listen to it. No, I'm just kidding.
Bite me. I'll play it on my phone. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, man.
I don't care what you say.
Do what I want. I know what you sound like already, Lou. I'm pretty sure I told you about this band, by the way.
You did tell me about this band. How cow shit ever.
You didn't listen to
Cow
it until
shit
you
ever.
decided to.
We listened to
Is
him
that
here
the
or
name of the
something.
band? Cow Shit Ever?
Cow shit ever.
Wow. Provocative. It's quite provocative.
I had forgotten and did not put it together when I heard this song on the radio.
Okay.
They're playing the shit out of this on
The Cow
on
Shit.
Octane. The band is called the act whatever Dorothy. Okay, so you know how there was Blondie
Yes.
and Daughtry.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
even though those are people's names,
Yes.
that was also the band name.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. So Dorothy is the name of the band.
Okay.
Okay. It's a group, not a person. Nevertheless, it's clear that Dorothy Martin, not like Dean Martin. See, I knew
Wow.
Dean Martin was
It's all
going to be
full
some.
circle.
Blah, blah, blah.
As the driving force of this Los Angeles-based quartet.
She's awesome.
She's not only the owner of the company; she's a customer.
I'm going home.
No, please stay.
Can you get me a beverage?
I think that
No,
would have been a
stay.
good time for tambourine.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, let's go. She's a singer and the star around which the other members rotate. Due to landing a contract with Jay-Z's Rock Nation, the modernized blues rock group, they split the difference between the Black Keys at their most electronica and a full-throated wail of Adele. This is when they played this song. Rest in Peace. That's what I'm getting to here. I'm giving you a little background on Dorothy, but the song is called Rest in Peace.
You can tell.
When it starts out, like when I first heard it, I was like, is Adele like doing rock now?
Yes.
It's really what it sounds.
No.
She really sounds like Adele. Dude, you're getting Adele. See, I always thought that they should have got Adele
Right.
to sell Dell computers.
Are Dell computers even around anymore?
Yes.
They are?
Yes, that's all we have at work.
Well, they should get a Dell to sell them.
You know, please
I
don't
just
give
came
my
up with that
please don't
idea.
give my work any ideas because they'll make me do it.
Oh, yeah.
Dell, a computer. Lily's work computer.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna stab you to death. After this
Adele. Dude, you're getting Adele.
show. Turn you into a lampshade.
He'd make a pretty lampshade.
Anyway,
He could pull,
Pull
his beard and the light
Dorothy
goes
Martin
on.
was born in Budapest, but raised in San
Budapest.
Diego. Budapest. She needs a good smacking.
That she does, Sean. That she does.
As a child, she started singing early and eventually made her way to Los Angeles, where she eased her way into certain rock circles. She began working with guitarist Mark Jackson and producer Ian Scott. And soon Dorothy formed with formed with Martin Jackson and bassist Greg Cash and drummer Zach Morris.
Not that one.
Not
Sorry,
that Morris.
for the younger people.
For the younger
Not
folk.
that Zach
The
Morris.
summer of 2014 brought the single After Midnight, which quickly gained traction on social media. So this is how it's done now. It's all on the internet. But their latest song is called Rest in Peace. And it just really stands out because it's like Adele went rock.
Yeah.
It's really she's got that total thing. These bands today are so they're so theatrical, and it's really like everybody has a real look. Mm-hmm. You know, they're like, there's a kind of, dare I say, kind of glam thing going on. It's more, you don't really see like these types of bands, Spirit Box, like we talked about, and these guys, and Lizzie Hale and them. You know what I mean? They don't come on stage and just like a jeans and t-shirt, and, or like looking like they just got out of bed or whatever.
Right,
you know what I mean?
It's fashion time.
Yeah, it is fashion time.
It's a show.
Yeah.
now.
And Dorothy does a whole Stevie Nicks thing on stage. She's got like the flowy garments and the hats and everything. She looks really awesome.
Very cool.
So
She's super hot too.
So there's it's just interesting to see that this is I don't know if anybody's even put that together, but it's really sticks out to me. It's and also this music right now, that's the current hard rock to my ears, sounds really produced, like those records by Nightranger and Def Leppard and Journey, just really, really pristinely produced. And it's different than the band when rock was happening in the early part of the 21st century. We had bands like the White Stripes and the Black Keys, Jet. Remember those bands?
I love Jet.
And their sound were all more like rough, rough and raw. So I'm just wondering if there is going to be a kind of a backlash with more rough and raw, maybe stuff coming in our future.
We shall see.
Yeah. In any case, you don't have to wait for that. There is YouTube and Spotify, and you could probably dick around on your phone and find that exact thing. It's probably already happening. It's just that maybe the rock stations haven't picked up on it yet, which is not uncommon, right, Lily?
Correct.
So let's talk about Van Halen's getting back together. Pittsburgh Kevin, I want to talk about it with you, but could you please go in the next room and get me a bottle of water? I feel like
Now listen here. 5 minutes ago, you saw my ass get up and walk out there. You think you could have thought
Pittsburgh
say,
Kevin.
"Hey, Pittsburgh Kevin, I love you. Can you get me water while you getting Lily a drink?"
Look,
He was talking.
that's Pittsburgh Kevin, our colored commentator. So he's getting the water.
Hey man, who you calling a commentator?
Wow.
Look, you're a commentator. I ain't no commentator.
I ain't no commentator. I'm a unique tater.
I'm out. I'm done.
There's a whole series, and I don't know where this comes from. There's our culture, but there's this whole TikTok of people Irish people telling Irish jokes.
Oh.
It's just, I don't know how I ended up in my feed, but I'm like,
Oh, I can't imagine.
And some of them are really funny. Some of them are corny. You know what I mean? But crap. Okay, so there's this thing that happened. There was a jam session with Jason Newsted,
Sure.
Alex Van Halen,
Yes.
and Joe Satriani.
Well.
It just kind of came out like accidental. What? You know, people were like freaking out, like, "Oh my God, Van Halen!" You know.
Well, he was secrecy. He shouldn't have said it.
And then And David Lee Roth is in on this situation.
Oh.
So, would you be interested, either of you, in going to see this concert?
Okay, so here's the thing.
Yes.
I don't necessarily agree with it, but I'd want to go see how it sounded. So I would probably still go, even though I don't agree with it.
It's not now.
It's
Okay.
a tribute, I know.
It's a tribute, and
Yeah.
they're calling it that.
Yeah.
They're not like saying they're gonna put
This
on
is
an
gonna be Van
album.
Halen.
Yeah. They're like it's the new Van Halen, right?
No.
I don't
They're not
necessarily
saying
agree with it,
tribute.
but I would still go see it just out of curiosity to see how they sounded. Absolutely. I would go. I don't care. I would pay the money.
Yeah, I think I'd
Yeah,
go too.
$5.50 a ticket.
Yeah.
$5.50
for Peanut Heaven.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'd pay $50. What the hell? For Peanut Heaven, which is probably what it is.
Yeah.
So.
okay. Van Halen 4R.
I think that was supposed to be 4K.
That can't be right.
It's 4K because I have the quote.
Okay.
4R.
Okay, so wow. I'm not that wasted then. Okay.
No,
No. It's
yeah.
a misprint.
So as I said, it was Newstead, and then he said that he backed out. He said, there's
He said he couldn't do it.
he said he couldn't do it. He said, how could I? He said there's nobody that can top it. How could you? How could you show it honor? I didn't want to be viewed as a money grab, and it just kind of fizzled. So in other words, they had this jam, and they were like not really sure how they were going to handle it, and Jason Newsted was not asked to come back.
No?
That's an interpretation.
Yeah, okay.
I suspect they're talking to Michael Anthony.
I would hope so.
I think
would
that. I don't
definitely
think
go
you
see
can
that.
do this. If you were going to do such a thing, you have to bury all hatchets, and you have to get Michael Anthony
Yes.
involved.
Yes.
Good luck.
You have to do that. That's how you got to do it.
Do you like the idea of Satriani playing guitar?
Satriani confirmed what Newstead said. He
said.
said, I've been talking with Alex and Dave for about a year about doing something, a tour, something like that. It was going to be a true tribute to Eddie and the Van Halen legacy. Satriani said everyone involved was shocked that Newstead broke the news. So he wasn't supposed to say anything, I guess. He was supposed to be on the down low.
Or mouth.
Satriani assured us that if it ever does happen,
That's
it
my
would be
line.
a tribute.
I know. I just wanted to say it.
It's very complicated, and all I can really say about it is that if it does happen, I know we'll make it the greatest thing ever for the fans, and we'll celebrate together not only the great Eddie Van Halen, but the legacy that the band created, the amazing amount of music and the goodwill and good vibes they created as a band. So they're trying to do so you get what they're doing.
Yeah,
Like it's not like, but you do have to believe in the cha-ching part of it,
Right.
too. This is gonna be
They're not trying to make Van Halen again. They're just trying to do a tribute. And I heard it was only supposed to be for a year that they're doing this tour, which would be great. I would see it, like I said. There was no mention of Sammy Hagar or Gary Sharon or Michael Anthony, but they said they were going to touch on all of the catalog of Van Halen if they do it from front to back.
this is this weird quote from David Lee Roth about it.
It is weird. And
Now
don't
listen to
don't
this.
say 4R because that's wrong.
It says 4K. In my mind, Van Halen 4K in the age of COVID is going to require two of us for every position. Now check this. Listen to these names.
I like it.
Okay. Here we go.
Satriani and Lukather.
Oh.
Anthony and Newstead.
It's funny at the end.
Al and Tommy Lee. Probably the only one who could do my job today would be Pink.
I have heard that quote. I'll tell you what. Pink's there. I'm there.
I mean, I was going to go anyway.
I would, wait a minute. There's precedent for this, kind of. Because Eddie, when David Lee Roth had left the band, there was talk of them doing a record, you know how Slash did these records for a while. Tony Iommi did a record
Right.
like this. Alex Lifeson did a record like this,
Yeah.
where they brought in different vocalists for like the different tracks.
Yeah.
And so he was kicking this idea around. And one of the people that he was considered working with was Patti Smith.
Right. I remember that. Yes.
Yeah. And she just was like, whoa. So, but I think nowadays, after all this history and how like music has changed so much, and you really have I mean, there was a few women rockers, you know what I mean, in our era, but not now. The women are outshining the men in rock,
Truly.
in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
So you have this like women have kind of taken over rock, like having a female singer sing a couple of Van Halen songs might be
That would be pretty bad.
bad fucking ass.
And she can do the moves he used to make.
Yeah.
She's still young
right?
enough.
Yeah.
So that would be really,
Interesting.
that'd be very
I would
interesting.
go see Pink sing.
I
for
think
that.
that having Gary Sharon is part of it too. I think would be really good
Oh, yeah.
too. They should have part of it. But yes, Steve Lukather and Eddie Van Halen were very good friends.
Mm-hmm.
They were tight buddies, and so that he makes, in my opinion, makes more sense than Joe Satriani, in my opinion. Also, he sings as well, if not better, than Michael Anthony.
Oh,
So like he's gonna belt some sick fucking harmonies.
Yep.
It's like that's what Toto was all about.
I thought you were going to say
Yeah.
Belch.
He was and belched them too. I mean, Luke sang a lot of their like ballads and stuff like
Yeah.
that. I mean, you know, so he's a great voice. So there would be another great singer on the stage. I don't know, like there's a way they could do it. Like it might even if they. What would be fun is if they did it in a super cheesy way, like a 70s like variety show. And had made it super fun, but rocked really hard.
Right,
like when they came time to fucking play.
And they all wore the same outfits.
Yeah, or they would like change outfits into white
right.
leisure suits for
Yep.
a couple songs. And then when they changed singers, they would come back out and they would like,
Yeah,
they would do,
yeah.
they could even dress the different eras.
Oh, that'd be
The
fun.
70s, the 80s, you know
There
what I
you
mean?
go.
They could do
Yeah.
a lot, Roth should play with fucking different wigs and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, make it super over the top. Because
Crazy
Van
fun.
Halen, that's what Van
They-
Halen
yeah,
was,
that's
right?
what-
Over
yeah,
the top,
right?
crazy rock and roll. I mean, the only people that I think antics,
Yes,
if I can make a word,
that is correct.
them was probably Motley Crue.
Out,
I mean, as being a band that huge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those bands were ginormous.
Out-anticized.
Yeah, maybe
oh, I
that's the
like
word.
that.
It's not real, but I like
I
it.
like it.
Let's go to comments.
Comments?
Are there any comments?
Lord. I could
We've
only
just been
imagine.
jabba jaws.
Jabba,
We've just been a couple of old jabba jaws right here.
Jody for Lizzie put a picture of a dinosaur. I'm
Oh.
kind of assuming that happened when you were talking about Bandstand.
Oh, okay.
I told you about the Nightranger thing with Bob Giacometti.
Giacometti.
That's it. Bill Thomas loved Dorothy. I think
Thank
people
you,
are-
William J. Thomas.
People are just loving us acting silly, so there's that.
Loving.
J. Thomas the third.
Anyways,
Yes.
that is Van Halen. I don't know what else we can say about
I
that.
would go see
We're
it
just a
after.
wait and see situation.
Maybe we'll make it a Loudini field trip.
Ooh, party bus.
Oh my!
My.
My!
OMG.
Golly gee, well it curse. Okay, so there is this. We're gonna get into this day in music.
Okay.
What the Beatles do today.
Yeah, what the Beatles did today.
Be
I'm, waiting,
Eccles.
I'm waiting for that day. They did absolutely nothing.
It'd be
I'm
great.
waiting for
It's
it.
never happening.
So I previewed this, and it's like not too, it's gonna be quick.
Okay.
Quick and dirty.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you. Nice.
Stuck on You was started by Elvis. Ran a no, not that song by Elvis.
Is not that one?
No,
No.
by Elvis. This day in 1960 started a
Well,
4-week
stuck
run.
on you. I can't hold back. That's not the right song.
No.
is it? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You thought this was going to be quick. Guess what?
You just challenged
Think
this one
again.
over here, so there's that.
1967, on this day, just days after completion of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, the Beatles embarked upon their next project, recording the theme to Magical Mystery Tour at Abbey Road Studios in London. So they had just finished recording, and they were like, well, what do you want to do? I don't know, let's do the next
Let's
record.
record.
Let's go record.
That's what they do.
What people don't realize, what makes the Beatles, if I can quote Rick Beato, what makes this band great? What makes them so great is that they had a period of several years because they'd stopped touring.
Right.
Their only job was to get up in the morning and go to the studio and write and record music.
There you
So
go.
there it is.
Like there's very few. I don't know of any other band that worked like that. Mm-hmm. Like that. Do you think that maybe they were so good at it because they did it so fucking much? They did it all day. They
all
treated
they
it
did.
like it was like a 9-to-5
It
job.
was a real job.
Right.
It's
That's a real ass job, man.
yeah. I mean, for all we know, they even talked about it. Maybe they felt like this will, maybe this will kind of help keep us grounded a little bit. It's a job. Mm-hmm. You could also understand then why at some point it would end because at that point you can only do this for so long.
You're
You didn't want-
retiring.
you want to go do something else. There's no way that was gonna There's no way those guys were gonna be the Rolling Stones and last. They just weren't gonna do that. But in any case, that's what makes the damn Beatles so the Beatles.
Yeah.
ABC. It's easy as 1, 2, 3.
Oh, yeah, sure.
This was #1 U.S. single this day in 1970. Pamela Carson of the late Jim Morrison. I don't care why Pamela Carson.
That was
died.
his wife.
Yeah, whatever. Rather talk about Elvis.
yeah.
On this day in 1977, Elvis Presley made the last recordings of his life during a concert in Saginaw, Michigan Civic Center.
Here we
I
go.
gotta go take a dump. Stop recording me.
The last recordings of his life. 3 songs from the show appeared on the posthumously
I hate that word.
posthumously released Presley album Moody Blue. On that happy note, the Police made their debut BBC Top of the Pops performing Roxanne at this day in 1979.
I still wasn't around.
They stole that from Eddie Murphy. They really did.
Oh, you know the Stranglers? Have you guys ever heard of that band?
Maybe.
You have to give me a song.
I know. There's nothing. I'm going to skip it.
All right, forget it. I thought you previewed
How about
these.
I did. How about Well, I don't know what you guys want to talk about. Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder were at #1 on the UK singles chart with Ebony and Ivory.
Huh.
Oh, yeah.
This was McCartney's 24th #1. 24th
Holy
number
cow.
1 hit
Yeah.
as a songwriter. That is the title was inspired by McCartney hearing Spike Milligan say, "Black notes, white notes, and you need to play the two to make harmony, folks."
Oh.
That's beautiful. You okay, Lou? Lou, you all right?
Is that making noise?
No.
No, that's your guitar.
I'm having like a
Auditory
I'm
hallucinations.
having an auditory hallucination.
Lily has those every Monday night.
I do that.
But wait a minute, there's a postscript to this story.
Okay.
It was later named as the 10th worst song of all time by Blender Magazine in 2007. Was named the worst duet in history by BBC 6 music listeners.
Really?
Oh, well.
Huh. Well, ain't that something?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Isla Bonita.
It's La Isla Bonita.
La Isla Bonita.
It's a Madonna song. I know
yeah,
this
yeah.
one very much.
Went to #1 this day in 1987 in the UK. U2 on this day in 1987 started a 5-week run at #1 on the US album chart with their 5th studio album, The Joshua Tree.
Yeah.
Inspired by American tour experiences, literature, and politics, the album topped the charts in over 20 countries and one of the world's all-time best-selling albums with over 25 million copies sold. The album, which won a Grammy Award for Album of the Year, produced the hit singles With or Without You, I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For, and Where the Streets Have No Name. This is a perfect album, by the way. There is not one bad song on it. All the, it was one of those records. I don't know if the media just were like YouTube'd out or something,
Maybe.
but this could have been like Boston's album. All these songs could have been on the radio. There's
sure.
no reason. And what's funny is, like, once things kind of mellowed out and this became a classic album, like in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Songs like Running to Stand Still, Red Hill Mining Town, In God's Country started popping up on the radio. They started playing them. The Fender that Jimi Hendrix played at the Woodstock Festival was auctioned off for $295,000 this day in 1990.
That's it.
His 2-hour
What's
set
that?
at the 69 festival became the longest of his career.
What year was that?
1990.
1990.
Well, that's 1990.
I kinda
That's a
feel
lot
like
of
it
money
should have
back
been
in
more
the-
still.
But that's still 1990.
That's
Like,
$1990.
yeah, if you were today,
even
it would
without
probably
the
million.
even without the building back better, adjusting for inflation, it's still like would have been a lot more money in 1990. Like that'd have been a shit ton money. The Eagles played the first of 2 shows where they recorded their Hell's Freezes Over album. Okay, so let's just this is a kind of funny story, right? Pittsburgh Kevin.
Yeah.
They asked Don Henley, when are the Eagles getting back together?
Right.
What did he say?
When hell freezes over.
Yeah, they were all like, we are done.
No, we're never.
Oh, funny boys.
And then,
Yeah, and then so fast forward, I think there was just too much money to be made.
yeah,
I think that they knew they were going to get they're like, guys, let's do this because we're going to make a shit ton of money. At that point, they were probably, these guys probably made enough money to have access to Area 51 and stuff like that and doing shit like that. You guys want to hear a story about Billy Gibbons and UFOs? If you want to hear it, I'll tell it to you.
I don't know.
Sure.
All right.
So, I can't vouch for any of this, but I can't vouch for any of it.
I could be making this all up right now.
I'm not making it up,
All right.
but I can't say that this source is reliable. And I will tell you who the source is. It's this Stephen Greer, who is a ufologist. And he
Not a urologist.
no, he's not a urologist.
He's not my urologist.
But he's kind of legit. He has all kind of connections to all kind of government agencies and stuff like that. He's not if you follow his shit, he's comes across anyhow as a serious kind of person. But hey, there are people in celebritydom that are interested in UFOs. That Blink 182 guy, what's his name?
Yes, that guy. I don't know.
That
his
guy,
name.
can't. It's Tom DeLonge.
There you go.
He's super into it. And he's on talk shows and stuff talking about it. So in any case, but he said that he got taken to this facility out in the desert, and he said that this guy, they said, be here at a certain time, we'll take you out there and everything. So so this guy pulls up in a truck, and he gets in the truck, and there's another guy in the car with them, the other guy in the SUV, and it's Billy Gibbons. And I've heard strange stories like this about Nixon
Yeah.
and who was it?
Michael Jackson.
No, dude, no. There, and again, we're going down the rabbit hole for
Yeah,
a
we
second.
are.
But this is a
Go ahead.
crazy story. So this is a similar story.
Yeah.
Jackie Gleason
Right,
swore
yes.
up and down
Yes, I have heard
that
this
Richard
story.
Nixon showed up at his house,
Hello.
and because they were friends, they had been friends for years and years and years and years. So so Tricky Dick shows up with the Secret Service and says, "Come on, man, I want to show you an alien." And they drove to some super secret thing, and it was really complicated. And they had to,
This has become way more nerdy than I thought.
One day
crazy.
I opened the door. Guess who was standing there?
Me.
Hello, Kevin. I'm President Obama. I want to show you something. Yeah, true story, Lou.
On this day in 1997, Pop Mart World Tour kicked off at the Las Vegas.
Pop-Tarts.
Yes. Sandboyd Stadium in front of 35,000 fans. The tour featured the largest video screen in the world and would visit 80 cities around the world. This is the U2.
Oh,
Pop
okay.
Mart, Pop
yeah.
Mart
I'm sorry.
tour.
Duh.
I mean, these guys were just like working class kids from
Dublin.
Yeah. And look, they became like the biggest band in the world for a while. You know, it's crazy.
It would still sell out.
Oh, do you want to hear about Leslie Lopez? No.
See, no.
And
Okay.
Paul McCartney's on here again. Fuck you, Paul McCartney.
Oh,
He meant
wow.
Lisa,
I'm done with you.
He meant Lisa Lopes, by the way.
Oh, I was
Lisa Lopez.
That was Lisa
Her name is
Lopez.
Lisa Lopez.
Okay,
not.
thank you.
My name is Peter Gonzalez, as I pronounce your name. Now we're going to talk about Bobby Boris Picky.
It's okay, folks, because we are Latino.
I'm not.
We can.
American singer Bobby Boris Pickett. Do you know who that was?
Bobby Boris Pickett.
I
If you
know
think it's
now.
country music, you're completely off base.
I know now that I'm reading it,
Oh, I don't know.
and that's pretty
Let's
cool.
just say this.
Yeah, do it.
He did the mash. He did the monster.
Really?
Mash. Yes.
Huh?
Yep. He passed away of leukemia on this day in 2007. Scored the Halloween anthem Monster Mash in 1962. The song had been banned by the BBC in the UK, deemed offensive,
What?
and wasn't a hit until 1973. That's hilarious.
I would love to know why.
It
I'm
was
going
a
to read about
spoof
that later.
on the dance crazes popular at the time, including the twist and the mashed potato.
What the hell?
That was a thing, right? Different dances. They had these
the
crazy
different
names.
names.
The bump, the
Yeah.
twist, you know.
The pony,
The pony.
Drive the
the
bus.
worm.
Yeah.
The
The
swim.
drive the bus.
Drive the bus, yeah. Driving the bus. Why'd you just make me do driving the bus? You suck.
Wow.
Okay, listen to this.
I'm ready.
Okay.
So
Talk to
this
me.
band, do you know the band Wolfpack?
I've heard of them. Yeah. yeah.
I could not tell you one name. I couldn't name one song by Wolfpack.
Oh, I thought you named the name of the band members. Hans Dieter Adolf. We don't write him too much, you know. But anyway, go ahead, Lou. I'm sorry to
Okay,
stop
so what they did
Yeah.
was they made an album
Uh huh.
of all silence.
Oh yes.
This is
Okay.
their fourth album. They called it Sleepify.
Yeah.
It was made up of 10 tracks of silence, which they encouraged fans to stream on repeat overnight.
Yep.
The idea was aimed at generating money so that the band could go on tour and not charge admission fees. And Spotify pulled it down,
Oh.
but not
brilliant.
but not after a long time. Like
Really?
No. Yeah, no,
Okay.
they definitely benefited from that.
That's pretty.
I mean,
cool.
that's fucking crazy.
I knew a
That's
fella.
thinking outside the box, guys.
Yeah. I knew a fella, and he went to he went to college for music, and that was one of the discussions. If you release an album of nothing but silence, is it music? Whoa, dude.
Well, those guys are the guys that do that. They're so alternative. They don't even play.
Right.
They refuse to learn even how to play an instrument. We're gonna start a band,
Yeah.
and we're gonna be so like out there. We refuse to even
We
learn,
not even
how to
learn
play.
how to
yeah.
play.
Like you two didn't know how to play until they started a band, right?
Right.
And then
However,
however,
these guys
these guys won't even
just
try to.
continued
Yeah,
with that
yeah,
whole
just
concept.
not. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're not even. Yeah. That's how like out there they are. I want to talk about Motley Crue, but I'm waiting for Lily V6 to get back here.
Take your time. Don't fall down the stairs like I did.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Oh, you're getting to know you. All right.
Now
So
what?
Motley Crue co-founder Nikki
Oh.
Sixx launched a campaign asking Google to pay musicians more money when their videos appeared on YouTube. The bass player was urging Google to remember its former slogan, "Don't be evil."
Oh,
in its
please.
years as
Please. Shout at the devil.
artists. Am I evil? Yes, I
Just a
am.
little.
Diamond Head, right? Yeah. Anyways, so that happened.
That happened, you know.
Okay.
Sometimes I just want to smack him.
It's
Like it.
I just hope that it gets figured out and this music doesn't go away.
Right.
So, a happy birthday to Ella Fitzgerald.
Oh,
And let me ask you this question, Pittsburgh Kevin.
go ahead.
If Ella Fitzgerald
Yes.
married Darth Vader, what would her name be?
It would be Ella Vader.
Elevator.
That's right.
Wow. Nerd.
Ah, there we go. The night's complete now.
You begged for it.
The circle is now complete. Now I am the master.
Let's go up
Only a-
and down.
I'll be a master of evil, Doc.
Do you guys play
Dark?
Dungeons and Dragons when I'm not
No.
around?
We're gonna play Dungeons and we're gonna start a Dungeons and Dragons podcast. People just watch us play Dungeons and get fucking shit faced.
And like, we know absolutely nothing about it.
I don't know. I couldn't. I
Doesn't
don't
matter.
know.
We'd be drunk.
I know what
People
it
would
is.
tune in.
Because of what's that? Tell us just Stranger Things. I know
Stranger
because
Things,
I
yeah.
know what it is because of that, but I don't. American blues guitarist, singer Albert King was born this day in 1923.
go.
Influential '67 album "Born Under a Bad Sign" and the title track. He died of a heart attack on the 21st of December 1992. Jerry Lieber of Lieber and Stoller fame, right? You know, songwriter and producer for Elvis Presley, Buddy Holly, the Monkees, and like a giant list of songs
people.
like Hound Dog, Yakety Yak.
Yes.
Kansas City
Don't
died
talk back.
on August 22nd,
Sure.
2011. Was born this day in 1933.
Very, very old. He's very, very old.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Lou. I did not mean to disturb you.
How do you say that? Bjorn what?
Bjorn.
Old.
Oh, ABBA. Wow,
All
my.
of a sudden he gets serious when.
Hey, don't you be
How do you say
talking
his
shit
name?
about Bjorn.
I would
okay?
say Olvaus.
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 Swedish singer, songwriter, producer who started his musical career at 18 when he fronted the Hootenanny Singers,
Nanny Singers. That's right.
popular Swedish folk skiffle.
Sorry. Skiffle. Fuck Skiffle. Ain't no heavy metal.
After forming ABBA in '72, they became one of the best-selling music artists of all time. The
yeah.
first UK hit in '74, number one
Represent.
single Waterloo, followed by 8 other UK number one singles and 9 number one albums. He's a composer of the musicals Chess, which I did not know, and Mamma Mia.
Bangkok, yeah.
Mamma Mia.
Yep.
Here I go again.
Stu Cook
Played a Ovation breadwinner. Nerd. Go ahead, Lou. I'm sorry.
Stu Cook, bassist with Creedence Clearwater with CCR. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Man, I think we're just gonna kind of. And there's something really. You guys are familiar with the band Marillion?
I don't think so.
Like they had a song in the '80s
I don't
called
know that song.
Kaylee. It wasn't
okay.
a big
I
hit.
do remember Kaylee, yeah.
Fish from the band Marillion.
Uh-huh.
And Fish, you would think would be in the band
Fish.
I really,
Right?
all I can think about is the movie Rocker. The Rocker. With fish.
Right?
Sorry. That's where my head goes.
Eric Avery, bassist with Jane's Addiction. Happy
Nice.
birthday.
Okay. Happy birthday.
Oh my goodness.
He's a lot older than I thought he was.
Yeah.
Was he born in 1933?
65.
Hey.
I just thought he was younger than that. That's
All right,
all.
just saying.
It was not a knock on anybody.
Come on now.
Are you guys? Have you ever heard of this band, Ocean Color Scene?
No, I have not
No.
heard of that band at all.
Move along.
Okay. Well, here's the only last thing. O-Town. Remember the band?
I know
the boy
that
band
band,
O-Town. Jacob Underwood. Born this day. Oh, he's a millennial like you.
Probably. I am not.
You're a millennial.
No, that's bullshit. They need to change that.
You're a millennial.
I'm more of Gen X than anything.
Be one of us. Be Gen X.
So you crazy millennials.
Uh-huh.
What a stupid name, anyway.
Sorry. Go ahead.
But at least you got to experience some cool stuff.
Here's the thing. I was born in an age where there was no technology, and then I had to learn it at age like 20. So don't give me the millennial bullshit.
Imagine us, Lou and I had to learn it at the age of 67.
That's because you're old as fuck. So there's
Oh my
that.
God!
Old as fuck. How old is fuck? That's
Pretty fucking old.
Fuck. That's like the first thing that ever happened is fucking. If you
I
think
mean,
about it,
legit.
that's how
Adam and
shit
Eve,
gets
hello.
started. People got to start fucking. So you don't have anything. So the very first bacteria and stuff had to start doing the nasty.
Did we have
wonderful.
this conversation once before years
Probably.
ago? I think we did.
No, I
all
don't think
come
I ever
full
talked
circle.
about this. This is something I'm
brand new.
gonna when I was watching a video today about L. Ron Hubbard and how rich he got forming his own religion. So this is going to be one of the tenets of my religion
Lilyism.
is that
Lilyism.
we're going to worship. No, I'm not going to go there.
Wow.
I'm going to keep it. I'm going to get away from that subject.
Zing.
But yeah. So this day in music the last few weeks have been kind of bullshit. Like I'm sorry guys. Like I don't.
It was a boring day.
But
yeah.
you know what? You know what? This day in music. Want to know what this day in music? This has got to be the longest podcast we have ever done.
Almost 2 hours.
Almost 2 hours long.
We're going into Joe Rogan territory.
Oh,
my.
boy. And I need a cigarette like ASAP.
All right, okay,
No,
guys.
come on, we're
Lily
dying
needs,
here, Lou.
Lily needs a cigarette, so we're gonna
Having
get
a
out of here.
nicotine fit over here.
Lily's already
Go
peed once.
to LouLombardiMusic.com and or LoudiniRockAndRollCircus.com. Also if you run across this on YouTube, like hit the like subscribe, like and subscribe, please. Try to get YouTube up and off the ground. We're going to start breaking these things up into segments and stuff for you guys too, but that would help. So LoudiniRockAndRollCircus.com and LouLombardiMusic.com. Wolf's Customs, go check them out on social media. We can see photos of some of the beautiful work that they do on musical instruments. RockRageRadio.com. Download the app. And you can hear great music programming 24/7. Lily V6, what goes on with you on Rock Rage Radio?
My show is on Thursdays, Hot Licks with Lily 6, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. I do a lot of unsigned bands, some mainstream bands, and I don't do them. I play them.
Wow,
Just to
I do a
clarify.
lot of bands.
Just to clarify.
I saw the movie Almost Famous, and it
there
changed
is.
my life.
Except for I am famous, not almost. And I have a lot of interviews on the show. Plus, if you are out at Stage A Thursday night, I'm going to go see Steel Panther for the Res Erection Tour.
Yeah.
So come say hi and
You
buy me a
have
beer.
to keep talking about erections. I mean, can't we get through
I can't help myself.
Can't get through one
High
by-
res erections.
Zing.
Yeah, that's what we all need. So, all right, guys. Pittsburgh Kevin.
Yeah, unlike Lily, I do unsigned bands. So, just keep that in mind, girls. I have to say that because I don't want to do the guys.
I get it.
Yeah.
Well, today the women's is taking over. They got more bands than you even think of.
It's about time.
I'm glad the women folks is doing something finally. Just joking. I'm just having some fun with you.
Now you're in trouble.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
way to go,
not.
Lou.
We love.
I love the women's.
You ladies out there putting on. Like I said, like we've talked about it before. The bitches be doing more rock and roll than the guys.
Mad
sorry.
respect. Mad respect to the bitches.
Yeah.
Mad respect.
Mad respect.
It's them, not me. Just so y'all know.
Yeah, Lily don't
I
respect.
learned it from watching you. Okay.
I can't deal with this.
All right, everybody. Have a great week, and we'll catch y'all on the next Loudini Rock and Roll Circus.